Everything I knit in 2022, part 2. Hi, and welcome back to Everything I Knit in 2022, part 2. Today we are going to talk shawls, kids sweaters, cowls, hats, and socks. So get cozy, and here we go. I'm wearing just a store-bought black sweater because I really want to showcase the next items that I made this year. These shawls. So my first shawl that I actually do not have here is the Birds of a Feather. And if I was super amazing, I would put a picture here. We'll see. Otherwise, I will just tell you about it. I used Hue Loco's Mohair lace in the color Poppy, and also Hue Loco Spun XL, which is a cashmerino base, in the color On Holiday. And the pattern, I'm sure you're familiar with, Birds of a Feather, is by Andrea Mowry. This was gifted, and I really loved how it turned out. I had almost no yarn at all left, like 2 yards, nothing. So keep that in mind if you decide to use the 150 Spun XL for that. The next shawl that I knit was by Florence Spurling. It has all these amazing tassels. This was a pattern published in Laine Magazine, and it is just so cute. It has intarsia in the front, has color work that you knit flat, so I really did get to test out some of my skills in this. Let me do a better job. Showcasing this a little bit better. And then there's this beautiful welt detail, textured stitches, cute tassels, the entire really cute. I used Pearl Soho linen quill for the gray and for this pink, and this is Stonewall Gray and Granite. And then the other colors I used dyer that no longer dyes. It was a non-superwash merino by Knit Craft and Knittery. Sadly, no longer dye yarn. So cute. Also, this pattern does, I believe, also have a hat that has this motif. All right, next up is my lightweight hipster shawl by Joji Locatelli. I used Magpie Fibers Swanky Sock in the color Hell's Bells. I am obsessed with this color. It was like a precious skein of yarn, so I loved that it only took one skein. It's a very good size shawl. And who doesn't love a tassel? So cute, so easy to throw on. It's really, really nice. And the swanky sock is a cashmere merino. Just good. Love it. All right, now here's the piece de resistance. I actually said that one. I didn't speak any French at all. Okay. The westknits mkal for this year, let me tell you, I cuffed through most of it. It is really cool. It has a very cool chevron pattern. The yarn that I used, this lighter color I'll show here, is Driven Snow by Voolenvine yarns, and then the other two colors are from Les Garçons. So I believe it's Moira's Rose, and then the other color I believe I got like a second, so I don't really remember the name of it. This thing is cute. Let's just tuck this up in here. I really love the cable detail. It's a beast of a shawl. It's very large, but it's super cozy. I do like how it turned out. I didn't love knitting it, you know, but I love how it turned out. So it was all worth all the tears, the heartache. I chose to end early. There's an option for that. So the original pattern also has a longer piece if you want. But I do like how this turned out. There's a lot of ways you can wear it. It's cute and cozy. All right, so for kids' sweaters, I knit 2 sweaters twice. So both of my kids really wanted the same sweater. So let me show you which ones I made. One thing I was super lucky to do in 2022 was test for the new MiniPom book. This was such a fun test, such a cute publication. And I was lucky enough to test the mini Woodwardia. I decided to do mine striped, so let me show you those. Here it is. Just so cute. Let me see if I can remember all the colors, or at least the dyers. So the cuffs and the top edge are actually left over Seren Sport by Treehouse Knit in the colorway Olivine. I had just the tiniest bit left, and I love the color so much that I couldn't resist adding it to this sweater. Better. Okay, so the next color that we have is this kind of burnt orange color, and it is Alijbre, which by also Treehouse Knits in Seren Sport, and then there's this color Dante, or all her colors. Very, very cute. Then we have LavenderLune in these 3 colors. One is Seance, one is Stormy Skies, and the other color I can't remember, but I will make sure to add them to the description below. This is such a cute sweater. It has a great detail on the side. It has a cute little, let me try to do this, side seam. And the little decreases are just so cute. And the raglan. Very fun, quick, easy knit. It took very little time. And yeah, I really like, this is probably my favorite one that I did. But then, after I finished this one, my youngest son was jealous that he didn't have a sweater. So I let him pick his own colors. The palette that he chose was purple, blues, and greens. And this is his sweater. And again, I didn't show him the other one, but there's this really, the seam detail also is on the sleeve as well. And this one gets worn every day since I made it. He's worn it pretty much every day. It is his favorite knitted item. And these colors are Suburban Stitcher, Black Elephant, and Life in the Long Grass. And they're all sport weight. I do really think that my kids love this weight yarn for their garments. All right, so my next kid's sweater is the Seaside Sweater by PetiteKnit. It is knit with So Happy Jane, and it is in the colors Moody and Fog. Fog is the light color. And I actually got this from a D-Stash online, and I really like it. And you'll see my second one in just a second for my oldest. So for my oldest sweater, I just chose to use the Fog again. I thought it was really fun to have two matching but different. His is with Fog and Earth Mover, and I thought it turned out really nice. You can see a difference in skein bottom, but I don't think that matters that much on a kid's sweater. I think it is very cute. And then I used little wooden buttons, I believe. I probably just got them off of Amazon for both. But it fits differently than the other one, and it's just like a big cozier sweater for them. If you like this video, make sure to like below. This is my first bandana from Pearl Soho that I made. It is in the color Wish from Hedgehog Fiber in their Aran White. I really think it's a very easy knit to make and easy knit to wear. Very simple. For my youngest son, he picked the color. He was going through my stash and was like, I want this ball of yarn. And I was like, what should we make? And he was like, I don't know. So I showed him this and he was like, yeah, I want that. So that's what he got. And when you make one, you have to make two of the bandana cowl. So I have, this one is knit with Voolenvine driven snow held with a Hue Loco color. I will put the color in the description. But it is just so soft because it's her suri. This one has a little less structure, but what I do like about this one compared to the other one that I knit is that I actually think it looks super cool inside out. Let me show you. So I really like this one inside out. I think the pearl side out looks really nice. And I tried to make sure that it was finished enough where it didn't look like it was the wrong side. And I really like it. And it's very light compared to the other one and very warm. So this is my second bandana. All right, next up is a sample that I made for Lauren at Treehouse Knits. It's the Velvet Mirror Cowl here. And it was made with her Sierra Sport base in the color Olivine and also her Surrey Silk base in the color I'll Make the Cookies. And that was from her kind of Gilmore Girls collection. It was really fun working with those colors because I feel like they were out of my personal comfort zone, but I absolutely wanted the finished product because I loved how they complemented each other so well. Lauren's so amazing with all of her colors. It was really a fun project to knit. And the pattern is great. Andrea Mowry does such a wonderful job being so explicit in her directions. It was such a fun overall knit. So that was the Velvet mkal by Andrea Mowry. All right, so next up, socks. I did a lot of socks. The next two are socks that I knit for myself, and they were part of a test knit for this cute little book called Ready Set Socks. It's published by PomPom, and it's a Rachel Hoopy book. Here she is. I loved this test. PomPom's amazing to work with, so I just enjoyed every minute of it. It was great. Such a good book. So many cool patterns. So cool. So, the first, I actually got to test two sock patterns. The first one is this. The texture pattern. The yarn is Ritual Dyes. And the color, I think it's Metrine. And then little bits of leftovers, I believe, from Hazelknits, just their artisan sock, and I'm not exactly sure on the colors. But these are so cute. I love these. The next one that I did was a lace pattern, and I can knit lace. It feels a little bit harder, like I have to pay attention a lot more to knit it. But this is another one, and this is also a swanky sock yarn in red wine. These are like luxurious to wear. Those are some of those. I will also add some of the other socks that I knit. I did like a scrappy pair for my youngest son. And then for my husband, I knit two based on Summerlee's I'm So Basic sock pattern. And I love that pattern. I can't really recommend it enough. She makes it so approachable. She has YouTube tutorials for that, and I just absolutely love that pattern. And the only tweak that I do with that one is that I do a 3x1 rib, so knit 3, purl 1. That's about the only change I really make to that pattern. And then I use a BFL yarn because I found that Farmer Daughters Fibers Rocky Mountain Pearls, their BFL, is the very best. It seems to wear the best. I've knit him several pairs of socks, and these ones have outlasted them all. So I highly, highly, highly recommend that yarn in particular because it seems to really hold up, especially if you're knitting something for someone that is a little bit hard on socks. One other sock that I did knit this year that I was super lucky to do for Ritual Dyes as a sample for their shop was James Watt's Granny's Attic socks. And I ended up using Ritual Dyes Maven Forget Me Not. That yarn is so delicious. It is so squishy and just amazing. Amazing for that design. Amazing yarn. 10 out of 10. It was so fun to knit. It was like a fast dash. And I enjoyed every second of it. So. All right, so I made some really fun garments this year, some cute kid sweaters, some amazing shawls, very cool cowls. But one of the fun things that I did this year that I had never done before was making tiny cute things. So I made the Beginner's Bunny by Claire Garland, also known as Dot Pebbles on Instagram. I will insert a picture here. Maybe not. Probably. All right. So the cool thing about this bunny was just all leftovers. I used so little yarn that I was like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing. Any little cute scraps that you really are fond of, that you want to hold on to that memory, especially if you're giving it away as a gift or other things, you can kind of incorporate in these tiny little cute things. So I did that with that particular bunny. I used a little, I had just the tiniest amount of suri silk left from the velvet mkal that I had made. And so I popped it in there and held it with just a natural fingering weight from Hazelnuts in their in-tie space. So it was very soft. It's like a cashmere merino base. And I just think it turned out amazing. The other cute things by Claire Garland, because there was a few after I got on the Claire Garland train, I really got very excited about making all of her cute little things. I was especially inspired by her cute little frog. So her frog was the first one I made. He's a little bit smushed up, but let me make him cute really quick. I might insert a picture while I'm taking a very long time. Cute. The cutest little, tiny little frog. Can you even? He's got a little halo of fuzz. He was made with some Stash green yarn, and I want to say it was probably Cashmere Treats, one of her colors, but I'm not exactly sure which one because it was just like, again, a tiny amount. And then again, I used actually the hazelnut entice for the belly. And then, yeah, I put little, what are they called? Like twist ties in his leggies and his little arms so that you can kind of move him and make him sit cute. Okay, so we made 2 of these because, of course, again, 2 boys each need their own frog. Sorry. And then it was really close to Thanksgiving when I made him. So when she released her pumpkin pattern, I felt like my cute little frog, or rather my son's cute little frog, needed his own little pumpkin. So this again was just little sort of bits of leftover yarn. I do believe that, I think she called for DK and larger needles, but I ended up using like size 1 or close to that, somewhere around there, maybe 0, and a fingering weight. So there it is, little tiny cute bits. And I think these are fun because you can, I mean, display them at any time or have them out for holidays. And I really love that Claire Garland has some great YouTube tutorials for her patterns. And it's like the little details that make it so amazing. Like that really, like, I think for the pumpkin one, she gives tips on how to really make these like ridges like stand out. So I really love her patterns, can't recommend enough. And especially her little tips on her tutorials. Even if you know how to knit it, I highly recommend watching them. So one of the cute things that I knit this year was the Little Sister Romper. This was, I think, my 5th time knitting this pattern. I love knitting it for gifts for newborn. The pattern is by PetiteKnit, and I used Matchmaker Yarn's fingering in her key lime colorway. It was very bright. It was fun. It seemed to me a little bit bright for an instant, but you know, hey. Another cute knit that I made this year was Mr. Frog of Frog and Toad. His eyes are blue for some reason, but we're gonna try. Okay, so this year I did knit Frog, and I thought I would knit Toad as well, and all of their clothes and all of the things. And I got the yarn from Kelson Goods, which was the very first time I'd ever gotten yarn that actually had my name written on it, and for some reason that felt very special, and I really loved that. It may stem from just having a name that is spelled uniquely and never really having anything when you go to those souvenir shops with your name on it. Who knows? But I loved that it was personalized, and they were so nice about adding those special touches. But this little guy is from that kit, and I have all of the rest of the yarn to continue to make his clothes and his friend Toad. I just have not done that. So maybe 2023 is the year that Frog will get a friend. We'll see. But he was also another fun that I felt like he was a little bit more challenging than, let's say, Dot Pebbles Frog. But that's only because he is knit, I want to say, entirely like in one piece, picking up stitches, etc. Where Dot Pebbles, her patterns, you pick up, you knit it flat, and then you seam it all together, which I don't mind at all, but I know that some people are less fans of that, so maybe this pattern would actually be better if you wanted to kind of knit it all in one piece. But he turned out so cute. He just needs some clothes. He's a little cold. Maybe this year, maybe it's his year. We'll find out. All right, I knit one hat this year, and it is called the Tied Knots hat. It's a free pattern. I want to say it's like Justina. I just don't know her last name. We'll find out. Very cute. Cabled hat pattern. The yarn is a Merino DK from La Bien Aimée. Color Eric Northman. It's like a slouchy hat. I don't know why, but I always do this like weird tuck. That's how I like to wear them. I guess you could actually probably fold up the brim a little bit, but then you would lose a little bit of the detail. You could. That was my one and only hat. I like it. I probably will make another one. I actually have yarn to make another one. I think I originally saw a Voolenvine podcast where she made it. I think that's where I originally found the pattern, but very, very cute. I love it a lot. Now I think I'm gonna wear it with the brim. What do you think? All right. I'm so grateful that I was able to share everything that I knit in 2022 with you. I get so much joy sharing, well, knitting, first knitting everything, but then being able to share with others everything that I've knit, whether it's through a gift or sharing here on YouTube. I really appreciate you sticking with me through these videos. I am curious what was your favorite knit of 2022 of mine and of yours. I want to hear what you made that you're very proud of. And yeah, I would love to share that with you, sharing your joy. Again, thank you so much for being here with me. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, please make sure to subscribe. And again, if you have any questions for me or just want to say hi, you can find me on Instagram as West Maven. And again, Ravelry is West Maven. I can't wait to connect with you. So hope you have a good day. Happy knitting. Bye. Just